tremendous looking trophy.
One on Platinum Explosion, number one PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name's Tom Black. Joining me, as always, Ashley Hobley.
Hey Dylan, excited to be here, earning stars by listening to this podcast.
Imagine if you were. Imagine if you were, though.
Can we get some sort of tie-in?
That'd be pretty cool. A bit down for that.
If you listen to this on Spotify on the PS5.
I ain't gonna say no. How much stuff around have you done with stars?
I just signed up right before this because I remember it was a thing.
Well done. I've been sick.
But it was super easy to sign up. You know?
Yeah, it was very easy to sign up. Yeah.
How did you sign up?
I clicked one button.
On what?
My phone.
Yeah, same.
Okay. I was about to say, I've been sick, so I actually have a good excuse for not having much stars experience. You don't, so there you go. I've got my. Did you get your little telescope?
I got a telescope.
Yep. Did you put it in your thing?
In my little
cabinet
shelf.
Shelf, yeah.
Where's that?
You can change the scene. Good job. Oh, well, I forgot this God of War one. Where'd that even come from?
I don't know.
Too cool.
I think that's the default because.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. That's better. So, with your quick look around, do you think?
That's the other one.
Yeah, there you go. So, what you can get? So, they got campaigns. You can see them on here. So, it's like PlayStation Store picks, which I think. It's like play some stuff, whatever. October check-in.
Yep.
It's like do certain couple things. They've got some random one down here. It's like press play 1994, which is a bunch of random like hints at games you got to play or something like that.
Yeah. So do you want to know what games you need to play for this?
Sure. I mean, if you know them, sure, hit me.
Yeah. So one of them is Stay X Circle of Life.
Mm-hmm.
You got to play Returnal.
Right.
Is Baby I Love Your Way by Go West, which is Death Stranding Director's Cut. Mr. Jones by Regulate, which is Uncharted 4 A Thief's End. There's More Human Than Human, which is Detroit Become Human. Wild Night, which is Until Dawn. And Streets of Philadelphia is Heavy Rain.
So you just have to log into these games? And then you tick them all off because, like, I've got all those games. I think so. If I only have to log
to unlock
into
the Sony, I'm reading from PlayStation Lifestyle. To unlock the Sony Cord Machine Heroic Collectible, PlayStation Star members must play the following 6 games. Users are required to boot up every single one of these games to complete the Press Play 94 challenges and unlock the collectible.
So this is one thing I wasn't sure how it would work beforehand.
It should. Okay, yeah. There's another note here that says it does. The users don't have to download these games as they can be streamed, but obviously we're in Australia, so.
Yeah, okay. Because I was going to say, prior to the release of this, we wasn't sure if for stuff like this, oh, hey, I've already done all of these things. Like, I've already played all of these games. Do I just get the collectible? And the answer is no. You have to.
No.
Do you
think,
do
it after you've signed up.
Yeah, do you think it would be. But here's my question then. Let's say 6 months from now they've done this, and I play. Let's say I play Returnal next week. 6 months from now they do this challenge. Does it count then? Would it automatically tick it off then? Because that's you know what I mean.
No, because this is only going for 29 days.
Okay.
The campaign for this quest. 29 days, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess that. So I kind of looking around, and as I said, I haven't had much time to explore this. There's some stuff here, like so you can get at the moment you can get a VR headset collectible. Cool. You can get this the analog Sony Cord machine. Cool. These sorts of things I don't mind, like having these little collectibles, setting up the little your little thing. I know we talked about this, and I think we've already said this stuff isn't going to be for everyone. For me, it's kind of cool. I don't mind, like, especially if they're easy sort of challenges, things to do. Cool. The thing that most people care about is, of course, the coins that you can earn and what you're able to then redeem these for. Now, I've seen a bit of a mixed reaction to how this works. I think there's also a bit of miscommunication or confusion around how you earn coins. So, because I remember when this launched, people were like, 50 coins for this challenge, or like, you know, like the PlayStation Store picks 50 coins. Are you telling me I'm going to have to buy 100 games to be able to get a $30 PSN credit? No. So the challenges give you extra coins. However, everything you buy gives you coins as well. So, for instance, I don't actually know like how they work out. Like, I'm sure there is like a translation between like money to like how much they do. I brought 2 shitty platinum games earlier today because my wish list was full of them.
Because of course.
No, because my wish list was fucking full of them, and I needed to make room, so I just brought two.
You could just take them off the wish list.
No, because then I'll forget I need them. So I brought two $2.25 ones, I think, or something like that. I got 15 coins for each of those. Right? So they were cheap games, 15 coins. So I don't know how that works out, but I assume if you buy much larger, like full $100, $125, obviously you're getting several hundreds of coins at that stage. So combine, if you purchase a lot of digital games, DLC, stuff like that, combine that with the challenges, I think the coins will rack up at a much larger rate than people actually think. That makes sense, doesn't it? I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, how do you feel with so you got stuff here. So you can get a $30 PSN credit, 7,500 points, $8 PSN credits, $2,000, 2,000 points. And then I've got assortment of games like Call of the Lamb, 6,250 points, 10,000 points for It Takes Two, stuff like that. Like,
yep.
How do you feel about the rewards in general?
I mean, it's fine. Again, it's hard to say without knowing the exact breakdown of how much money you spend to how many points you get. But, you know, if you're a digital buyer, I mean, it's bonus credit, I guess.
Yeah. Free money.
Bonus stuff, yeah.
I feel like it's very hard to judge after having it for a short period of time, and it's more of like all right, so we've had this PlayStation Rewards program for a couple months now. How many points have we got? Have we used it for anything? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is much better, much better conversation down the road, potentially. All right, let's get into some news for this week. Firstly, the PlayStation Plus extra deluxe games for the month of October have been revealed. It's a pretty decent list of stuff that's on here. So, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Definitive Edition, Dragon Quest 11S Echoes of an Elusive Age, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Dragon Quest Builders 2, Explorers Edition, Inside, The Medium, Naruto to Boruto, Assassin's Creed Chronicles, like literally all of them, Assassin's Creed Syndicate and 3 Remastered, Yakuza 3 to 5 Remastered, Limbo, stuff like that. I think it's like a very solid list of PS4, PS5 games. My only question is, where's the PS1 and PS2 games?
Nobody cares about them.
Come on, like...
I mean, there is some, but they're in the... What is it? The American streaming one. So.
Well, they're the PS3 games.
There's only like 1 or 2, yeah.
They get the PS3 games. I'm not counting, like, I'm not looking for PS3 games.
Oh, okay,
like,
PS1
we don't get PS3 games. That's what we don't get. We do not get PS3 games. PS2 games, we get. PS1 games, we get. I feel like there should at least be one PS1 game a month. Surely. Like, last month they added Siphon Filter 2. At this rate, next month for November they'll add Siphon Filter 3. And spread them out. But that also means, like, I'm like, guys... a lot of PS1 games. you can afford to do more than one every other month. That's a rate of 6 PS1 classics being added to the service a year. Like, it's very low. So, but I mean, otherwise, yeah. If there's anything in this that you would be downloading and have a look at, or
not really. I mean, it's exciting. What that means? Pretty much every Assassin's Creed game made is available on the service. So
basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. And, you know, people really love Odyssey, so maybe, I don't know. I keep saying it, but maybe one of these games. Otherwise, Inside and Limbo, those are good titles. That are well-regarded games, and then I don't know. Dragon Quest, obviously a big franchise, so I mean that's pretty good addition to the list. Hopefully, you get a few more of those games as well. So yeah,
in a world where I had time, I would be super excited about Dragon Quest.
Also, is it weird that it's just the one Grand Theft Auto Vice City?
Oh, they're just
seeing as it came as like a 3-pack.
Yeah, but
why wouldn't you just do all 3?
No, you don't do fucking dumb. Come on. 2 months from now, featured image in the January, February
San Andreas.
It's fucking San Andreas. So that's why. So they can
those games, that collection was not well received.
No, I can't remember. Did they fix it though? Like, was that a?
I don't think so.
I never actually looked up to find out if they.
I don't know if it was fixable.
True. I mean, if it was fixed, I'd be like, yeah, cool. Let's play some Vice City, maybe. But yep. Anyway, that's the PS Plus Deluxe extra stuff for this month. Also, quick news shout out: Miles Morales got a PC release date officially. It's coming out November 19th. If we've been waiting to play that, of course, Marvel's Spider-Man came out early in the year for PC, so it's a very similar rundown of the same sort of features that'll be included in this one, ultra-wide support and all that sort of stuff, so get excited for that if you are looking forward to playing that on your PC finally. Alright, the rest of the show, Rumour Central. Because once I commit to one off the rails rumor stories, let's just do a whole bunch of them. PlayStation Lifestyle Rights, a reputable insider, has claimed that a PS5 Pro and upgraded Xbox Series X dev kits, or whatever the rumored mid-gen upgrades will be called, should be in developers' hands by early next year at the latest, if they don't already have them by now. Tez2, who's known by most for his accurate Rockstar Games leaks, was responding to a poster in the GTA forums who theorized that GTA 6 may launch alongside mid-gen hardware upgrades. The upgraded PS5, not to be confused with the recently leaked PS5 featuring a detachable disc drive that will feature the same specs as the current console, has been rumoured since as early as 2021. Earlier this year, AMD sparked speculations by mentioning the development of a next-gen console chip nearly 2 years into the current cycle. This was followed by a presentation delivered by television manufacturer TCL, in which the company said that it expects PS5 Pro and Xbox Series X upgrades to be released in 2023 to 2024. At least one hardware upgrade, the DualSense Edge, is already pegged for a 2023 release. It remains to be seen if PS5 Pro will accompany it. How do you feel in a world where, well, only just now I feel I'm seeing stories, press start reporting and stuff, because they're always sort of up to date on who's got the consoles in stock and whatever. Apparently PS5s are becoming a little bit easier to get your pre-orders, your orders in for at EB Games and all these places. In a world where that's sort of settling finally, how do you feel about the idea of them being like, all right, and here's the PS5 Pro?
Yeah, this is bullshit. Let's move on. In what world is this, one, necessary, or two, something that they would already have in developers' hands? This seems crazy. What, it's usually like 4 or 5 years in before they start putting out the Pro version. To put it out just over 2 years later seems bonkers to me. Am I wrong?
What if it came out early 2024?
No. Not when it's only just starting to become readily available, you know? You will ride that out as long as possible. You wait till everybody's got a PS5, and then you put out a PS5 Pro.
I don't know, because I assume they have the numbers, and I would like to know how many people who have PS5s would even care or want to upgrade to a PS5 Pro. Considering the difference between the PS4 Pro and the base PS4 wasn't large enough that most people even cared to. Do you really think that they want to like make sure everyone's got a PS5 and then be like, oh, here's the Pro? Like, I feel like the PS5 Pro is for a very specific market. Like, it's I think the attach rate in that thing's pretty low. if they put one out. You're not going to get one, are you? You wouldn't buy one.
No. Okay, so I'm looking at the facts here. PS4 came out 29th of November 2013 here in Australia. PS4 Pro I had a second ago.
Got too many tabs open over there.
Yeah, too many tabs. Yeah. It was announced September 7th, 2016, launched November 10th, 2016. So 3 years later.
Yeah. So it's not as far as you actually.
But everybody could buy a PS4 at launch, and there wasn't a massive chip shortage and a whole bunch of other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense in my mind, too. The tech hasn't jumped that quickly. Are you having any struggles with your PS5? Is it very, very loud?
No. I'm trying to think what they would change. I feel like what they would do, like
stick more memory in there.
I mean, maybe. I feel like it would be if there's a slight increase in hardware specs similar to the Pro. I'm thinking maybe it's just enough that, you know, I don't know. In a world where now this may sound crazy, but I don't think it is. In a world where a lot of these games now are already like a bit more PC-ish. You know, you boot up Uncharted Legacy Collection. You have 4 different visual modes. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, you turned on a console game, you had 1 mode. You didn't have 4, you had 1, you know? So now you got 4. What if the Pro can do like, hey, if the game realizes you're playing it on a PS5 Pro, you can play the ray tracing mode at 60 frames per second where it can only play as 40 or, you know, something like that. So, but you're shaking your head because you're like, who cares about this? Because you don't.
Because nobody cares of it. That's why Gotham Knights are 30 frames per second. You know?
But I think that's, if it's a slight increase in power at all, I think that's what you're looking at. It's not a night and day. And that's the reason why a lot of people won't buy one. A lot of people don't care. They won't buy one. You won't buy one. A lot of people like you won't care, won't buy one. It's not a major change. It's just like a slight upgrade.
Then why make one?
Because
if the market is so tiny, then why bother?
Well, they did the same for the PS5 Pro, PS4 Pro. People brought it.
Yeah, but at that point, the machine was like an aircraft carrier.
True. I think they also save money because they rework it or whatever. Some parts become cheaper when they redo the machine.
They literally raised the price for the PS5.
True.
How much is this PS5 Pro going to cost?
Well,
it's going to be well over $1,000.
If it came out today, no, it would make sense if they. I was about to say if it comes out like a year or so from now, I would say it comes out like $50 dearer than the current price or something like that. And then they drop the price by 50 and it ends up costing you like 100 more.
You're delusional.
Like I don't want or need a PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
But it's gonna happen.
Eventually, but not now, in the middle of we're just on the end of a pandemic. I don't think PlayStation was like, we need a PS5 Pro while a massive pandemic was happening and they were struggling to get chips and all these other distribution issues. I don't think a PS5 Pro was at the forefront of their minds.
Like, when do you think this comes out? I'm ready to put my prediction in.
Like 2026.
This thing comes out
2025, sorry. I'm thinking
20 before June 2024. Between January and February, between January and June of 2024, this thing comes out. The first 6 months of 2024, this comes out.
Say November 2025. 2024. Whatever.
Okay. You really wound that back.
Earlier.
You wound it back.
I did wound it back.
You were like 2026, 2027, 2024. All right. 2024.
We're only in 2022. Oh, God.
Yeah. 2023 is next year.
Yeah.
Just for everyone who's playing along at home.
It's 3 months away.
3 months away. It's crazy. But yeah, so I'm going to go 2024. between January and June. You're going what? November 2020.
November 2024 at the earliest.
At the earliest. Oh, okay, now it's at the earliest. So there keeps being all these asterisks added and extra wording and whatever else.
But this story is bullshit, yes. So.
Yeah. Just saying, I stick to my predictions and they're usually right. Just saying, 9 out of 10. As long as that's not like who's winning the Oscars, I'm usually pretty right.
Yeah. Who's winning at the Oscars or who's winning Emmys? Yeah.
Those ones I don't do so well.
Or just any awards in general.
Awards I don't do so well. This other stuff I usually end up all right. You know, how long have I been saying the PSVR 2 was going to launch early next year? I've been saying that shit for like 2 years.
That's true.
Exactly. Damn right.
It's true. Sorry, interesting. Apparently, PSVR 2 manuals are being printed prior to launch?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's interesting.
They have to do that. I didn't include it as a story because I did see the story, but I was like, yeah. I mean, the thing is that people still seem to be, I don't know, I think these stories keep getting wrote because people are still shocked that this headset's coming out soon. I'm like, yeah, the headset's coming out soon. They're making fucking manuals. It's because it's coming out early next year, motherfuckers. They've said this. They've said it's coming out early next year.
Yeah, apparently it's Sony has brought down the overall weight of the headset with the dev kit weighing it at 630 grams and the final product coming in at 560 grams. So, you know.
It's weightless.
That's interesting.
It's weightless. It weighs nothing.
Yeah. Weighs barely anything. Yeah. Although those several grams on your head, you know, they could add several hours of extra wear time on you.
Trust me, after wearing the PSVR 1 and the original Oculus Quest and that fucking heavy fucking headsets, that's why I've got neck problems. All right, last story for this week. Death Stranding 2 rumors. So, PlayStation Lifestyle.net writes, rumors of the existence of a new game Death Stranding franchise have continued to gather momentum over the past few weeks. Well, players are getting excited about Death Stranding 2 once again after Hideo Kojima posted a photo of himself at Kojima Productions with Sony Interactive Entertainment's Eric Lempel and Craig Malenka. There is a very good chance that there is a new game set within the universe, but whether it will be called Death Stranding 2 is uncertain. Protagonist Sam Porter Bridges Norman Reed suggested the game was starting active development back in May, while a recent Sony Interactive Entertainment document also named the game, as well as several others. With Kojima meeting up with PlayStation heads of worldwide marketing and consumer experience and the vice president of global marketing, it sounds like there's definitely a collaboration of some sort in Sony's future. What do you reckon? You love to just go, no, it's just a picture. Are you going to say that, or are you going to say this is actually like a meaningful meeting?
I mean, I'm sure it was a meeting discussing things. I don't think it guarantees that Death Stranding 2 is in the works. I mean, off just this photo, off the back of, you know, Norman Reedus saying that they're working on Death Stranding 2, that seems more likely. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Kojima is working on multiple projects, to be perfectly honest. And, like, Sony is courting him, or they're asking how much of an exclusive his game with Xbox is and that kind of stuff. So,
Kojima's
just keeping things interested, just keeping track of what's up with Kojima. Ask him what games he wants comp copies of, and that kind of stuff, just to keep him happy. Yeah.
I feel like this is... He's working on Xbox game, we know that. He's 100% working on Xbox game. He announced it he popped up in that last Xbox thing, literally to go, hey guys, happy to be here. I'm working on the game. It's some ways off. Don't ask me about it for years. And then fucked off. Like, that was his whole thing. But what he's been doing in the years since Death Stranding, you're like, okay, well, what have you been working on? And the answer seemingly is this. Potential Death Stranding 2 between, maybe he's towards wrapping this up, and then he's started pre on the Xbox project at the same time. I don't know what the go is, but I don't feel like it's bullshit. I feel like it's 100%. Hideo Kojima meets with a lot of famous people and gets photos with them and whatever else. I think two heads of global marketing is not regular Joe people he would hang out with on a Tuesday. You know what I mean?
I don't know. They could be best buds.
I really don't think so.
It's those three and Jeff Keighley all having a party.
It's not like it's Herman Hulst. If it was Herman Hulst, you'd be like, all right, I feel like you're just reading into it a bit much. Like if it was Herman Holst, I'd be like, I don't think that has anything more to it. Heads of global marketing, I think 100% they were there discussing, presumably / hopefully, marketing coming into the Game Awards, where the game that is going to be announced. And I don't feel like that's reading too far with your tinfoil hat in. Surely we can both agree, Game Awards, whatever this is getting formally or teased or getting some sort of trailer there, right? We're all aboard that? Can we say no one's allowed to make that prediction when we do Arcade Couch prediction, surely?
What?
No, surely. Have we ever written off a prediction, or is it just first in gets the easy one?
I mean, always first in gets the easy one.
I'll leave it on there.
And then it doesn't happen.
But I feel like it's a guarantee. I feel like this is a guarantee. I feel like
it's a guarantee.
All right, I'm going to give myself first prediction then.
Yeah, let's see if you remember that.
I'm going to give myself first prediction, and I'm going to go Hideo Kojima reveals new game. There's my first prediction. Game Award. Done.
All right. Well, we'll see if you remember.
All right. I like how you're like, it's not that you're afraid. You're just like, you're so dead set.
I'm
You're
afraid
like,
of you getting it right. I'm afraid
you won't remember.
You won't remember. There's no chance.
All right. Hey Siri, can you remind me in about 2 to 3 weeks to do a Game Awards prediction podcast and make sure I say that Hideo Kojima is gonna come out and announce his new game, please. I like how I said so much that she didn't even bother reading it back to me, but it's all there in a reminder. Except for 3 a.m. Whatever. I don't know what the fuck that was.
I think you'll still forget.
No, I've set a reminder now. Come on. As long as it's on list. Yeah. My life is list.
We'll see.
I have some great apps for tasking. It's my life revolves around tasking. If I don't write it down, won't happen. Now that I've set a reminder, it will happen. You're fucked now. All right, that'll do it for this week's episode of Platinum Explosion. Of course, head on over to explosionhour.com/Twitter to let us know any comments, questions, concerns you've had about the show, or explosionhour.com/Discord. You can do it there too. And if you liked this episode and thought it was worth $1 or more, head on over to explosionnetwork.com/support. That's our Ko-fi page. You can donate as little as $1 to help support the show, the website, all those things. Until next week, I don't know. Every trophy counts and every reward counts now too, I think. I don't know.
Every star
and trophy counts. That's right.